Hello there, Gavin. I was Zorwork Wizard, and it's been a while since I've played a Metroidvania-like game on here. Do people actually like that term? People hate it? I don't know. I hear some people don't like that term. I use it anyways because it's just a broad term. I mean, it makes sense to me. Even though some people debate whether that's actually a good comparison or not. I don't care. They're all good games in my book. So let's play another one, shall we? Aria of Sorrow. The last time I played one of these was Dust Elysian Tale. Oh my god, that was the first LP I did on this channel to recreate this channel. So anyways, here's my completed game with my name somehow misspelled. I don't know why it's misspelled. Don't ask me. Matter of fact, when I was streaming this, people pointed that out to me. I'm not too sure why it's misspelled. It is. So we're gonna do a new game here. We're not gonna do it hard, even though I could. I gotta do it on normal, just to show it off. And we're gonna be edgy as fuck and put a bunch of crosses. I mean, a bunch of skulls. So there we go. So this is the first Castlevania game, to my knowledge, and one of the only ones, to my knowledge, to take place in the far future. Well, I guess not really the far future anymore. I mean, what is it, 2005? So 20 years in the future. Yes. So this is what's going to happen 20 years in the future. There's going to be an eclipse, and stuff's going to happen in Japan. But Soma Cruz is our main character. So, that's actually a weird name, Soma Cruz. I don't know, it seems like the least believable name out of all these characters. Like Simon Belmont, that sounds kind of believable. Alucard sounds believable. Like, then we have Soma Cruz, who's just here to try to get on a date with his girlfriend, probably, most likely. Or just her friend, I mean his friend, you know, just seeing her. An ancient Japanese shrine, you know, where nothing will go wrong. Especially when there's an eclipse in the sky, there's fucking bats flying to it. And of course, a castle. Somehow. You know, that happens. Also, we're an 18-year-old Japanese boy. That's... matter of fact, I think this is the only Castlevania game where you just play as a random high schooler. I don't know, it just seems... It seems anime as hell. But then again, it's more of the sequel to this game, to my knowledge, because this game doesn't have an anime art style. Which is good, because I don't think Castlevania fits... I don't think the anime art style fits Castlevania. What's up? Oh, hello. Yeah, what happened? Oh, of course I had a pleasant nap. I was knocked out conscious, probably. Genya Aricado. I think that's how you say. Is that how you say that? Well, fine. Let's not even try. All right. What do you need answers to? I got your answers. You got questions, that is. Dude, we just randomly warped into here, probably. We're in Dracula's castle, aka Castlevania. Yeah, how do we get from Japan to Europe? I don't know. That just happens. Of course we're not actually in Europe. That's a false alarm. We're actually inside of a solar eclipse. I mean, you'd think that's a lie, but hey, it makes a lot of sense. It's like this, except I'm not going to tell you. But apparently Castlevania now exists in a solar eclipse. And also random enemies appear because, you know, we can't learn the rest of the plot right now. That'd be way too convenient. Alright, time to defend her with a random sword. Because, you know, if I'm just a random high schooler, I'm going to have just a sword on me. You know, it's just for defense. I mean, it makes sense. Totally, right? I mean... Totally. Not a gun, not... Well, then again, I guess not really a gun, because Japan's gun laws are really strict, so I guess a sword does make more sense. But even then, a sword just makes less sense. Because, you know, I'm gonna casually walk around with a sword in my pocket. I guess not really in pocket, I guess in a seat, or whatever the fuck, however you pronounce that. But anyways, that happened. So, something is awakened inside us, apparently. The spirit of the creature you kill has entered your body. We can absorb monsters we kill. I guess in that sense we're just like Kirby, because we can absorb them. You've gained the power. They must go to the Master's Chamber. For what reason? I guess it's still a way to return home. Of course you want to go back. I mean, that's all we want. You can't just leave her like this. Don't worry, with the power of Deus Ex Machina, or however that's supposed to go, he's going to put a protective barrier now, but not earlier, because that would be way too convenient. And also would progress the plot as well. Well then yes, only you can save her from a painful death. Well gee. Okay. Alright, we will save her. You can't talk to people with pressing up or B, because it looks like you're stopping them. So there we go. We're off into Castlevania. Now this game pretty much plays like Symphony of the Night, and if you never played Symphony of the Night, God, you are missing out. It also plays like Dust in some way, except it doesn't have any combos. So we stab monsters with the B button. And our first monsters here are zombies, which only give out 1 XP. That's a fun fact. A fun fact you can easily see if you go to the start menu here, go to enemy, and it's not our first enemy, but our second enemy is zombie. I don't know why it's our second enemy, but it's the first enemy we see. There you go. You can view what the enemy drops if you've obtained the drops, and you can also see what the enemy is weak to, what it resists, and pretty much, well, how much that EXP gives off too. Now, killing the zombies, we got a cloth tunic, and it's a pretty common drop, and you want to equip this because it's much better than your casual clothes. Because yes, you know, trench coat is just the most casual clothing I can think of. Now, to use your bolt soul, you're just going to press up B, like so. That's like your sub-weapon. What is a bolt soul? Well, if you go to your pause menu here, soul sets, the winged skeleton was a bolt soul. Bolt souls can be activated by pressing up and B at the same time, or up and attack, depending on what you have it configured to. We have guardian souls, which we have none of yet, and we have enchanted souls, which are basically like passive abilities. Guardian souls are activated with R, by the way, but we don't have any, so it's not really that big of a deal. Now, zombies have a really good enchanted soul. Sadly, on my first recording, I got it after 2 zombies, as shown here. But, of course, or maybe not shown here, I don't know if I'll edit it in, because I think I might delete it off my computer. But, anyways, that's not really that big of a deal. But if you can get a zombie soul, please do so, because they are pretty good, actually. I'm serious about that, too. Also, they have a rare drop, which is also really good, which is not the cloth tunic. Cloth tunic is their common. Their rare drop is pretty great, and if you get that, awesome. It's a really good weapon. Anyway, speaking of a really good weapon, get the sword over here. Has a little bit more range, and I think it's a little bit faster. Anyways, Gravekeeper. Now, I don't know if you can see it there, but there was a soul canister thingy. If you hit it with anything, you get it, you open it. And that was Gravekeeper. By pressing L, we can now backdash. That's the merman. It fires a water pistol with FB. I might as well sell these other bullet souls off here. Here's a merman. I actually thought we got more, but it's a water elemental bullet soul. Now, elements don't really matter that much. At least I'm not too sure if they matter that much. I mean, obviously, you'll deal more damage to enemies if they're weak to it, but in the long scheme of things, I don't know. It doesn't seem that useful, at least through my playthrough of the game. But if you want to be strategic, you want to equip souls for the occasion, do so. Anyways, there is a pendant down here we want to go grab and equip that. Increase your luck by 1. Luck determines if you can get a bolt soul or not, or it's just a soul in general. Now, you actually could go through the underground reservoir down here. And I was thinking about it, because there is a healing item at the end of it, but you know what? Fuck it. We'll get it later. It will fully heal us too, but I honestly don't see it as that big of a deal. If I wasn't recording, I probably would get it, but I am, and I don't want to waste your time by trying to get pretty much a healing item. There's really nothing else to do over there. I was hoping he would drop a soul. The Tiny Devil has a really good soul. If you can get that off of him, that'd be cool. But if not, no big deal. So anyways, let's continue exploring Castlevania. Such a weird name for a castle. Well, it's Dracula's place. I guess he names it whatever he fucking wants, I guess. Can't really stop him. Well, look, Dracula isn't here in this game, because he's sealed away. Anyway, he's got a cape right there. That'll increase your defense by 1. It'll lower your luck by 1, so I say go for the luck more, because it gives you more soul drops. And souls are really helpful, especially later on. There's a heal point right here. I'm not going to save my game just yet, but it's there. I'm pretty sure you have to just go up to these things and press up. I think B also works, does it? No, you gotta press up. Alrighty then. Well, let's just continue exploring, like you always do in these Metroidvania games. Ooh, level up, nice. Just like any other RPG, if you kill things, you'll level up. With a skeleton. And it throws bones, but there's a bone in the text, so it looks kind of awkward. I'll clip that one and sew it off. The skeleton costs less MP than all the other ones so far, but it's just pretty eh. I know, I'm not really a big fan of the skeleton. It kind of works like the axe if the axe had less range. The axe in the previous Castlevania games. Now that's a boss door. That pretty much means you're going to fight a boss if you see that door. So don't go through there just yet. I'm going to go up here and kill more enemies for more EXP. I also want to equip the winged skeleton there. Just to have it. Because it is a pretty decent soul. For a beginning soul, that is. Also, I gotta love the ducky animation. It looks really cool, actually. And if you tap it repeatedly, it looks like he's punching the ground. Like, fucking ground. I don't know, I find it stupidly amusing. How much MP it got? Oh, it's not too bad. I kind of want to go fight the boss now, but I want to wait until my MP regens a bit, because if I don't, I want to at least go in there with more MP. So we're going to wait a little bit. I probably should heal up, but got no healing items, sadly. Oh well. But I think, 70? That's close enough. Let's do it. Here we have this guy. What is his name? The Creaking Skull. Pretty much the best way to go against this guy is using the, wing skeleton there. Not a hard boss. And the wing skeleton gets multiple hits on him, which is really nice, too. And there we go, level up. Nice. And that's a full heal. That if you trust that, it'll fully heal you. Unlike in Symphony of the Night, those are not Symphony of the Night. Symphony of the Night, I can't speak. Those do not give you a max life up, which kind of sucks, but whatever. And over there we see it, the Castle Map 1. And look at that map, man. We barely completed any of it. 3.4%. And that's a save point, which I'm not going to take. Now, I'm not really too sure. Actually, well, let's kill this eye first, because this eye has a really cool ability, and if I get that, then that'll determine what I say next. I know it sounds kind of weird, but okay. So, I've already recorded this, technically, but I had to re-record it because my mic, for some reason, Audacity recorded my internal, and it sounded like shit, so I wanted to re-record it. So, it may not be 3.4% when we reload the file. So, let me apologize about that. Anyways, there's a hidden wall over here, and we get a mind up. Nice. But I also want to point out, I will be going for 100% map completion. Not for souls. I don't know about souls yet. If I can, there we go. We'll see about souls. I might do souls. It all depends. It all depends what happens. I will at least show off where all the enemies spawn. So if you care to get 100% soul completion, there's that for you. Anyways, our first Guardian Soul, Fly Armor. We equip that over here, and with R we can just float like that. It's really nice. And there's also Killer Fist in the water. That sucks. Also, I want to point out that every enemy, except for 2 bosses, which are the final boss and another boss, don't drop souls. And if a boss has a soul, it will drop it automatically. Like, I think for the most part, unless the boss becomes a recurring enemy, it will not drop the soul. Because it is a recurring enemy at that point. Just kill this guy, the Skull Archer. I don't like the soul for the Skull Archer. I'm kind of glad I don't have it, because it's like, it's not really that useful. Same thing with the Blue Crow. But if you do get a new soul, I always recommend to experiment with it. Now, you are there, or however you pronounce that guy's name, you can actually drop a Guardian Soul, so you can totally get a Guardian Soul before the Flying Armor. But the Flying Armor is just way more useful, so I don't really see a point. I can kill this guy. This is a White Dragon. Also, there's a post on the ground. I don't know why I didn't acknowledge that until now, but it's there. It heals per, I believe, 500 in this game? 500 HP? That is correct, right? Yes. No! Oh, it's only... Okay, I'm confusing it with the Something to Night. Something to Night, it heals for 500, or 50, not 500, oh my god. I was off for both of them. On this game, it heals for 100, which is kind of cool. Those zombie soldiers. The cool thing about zombie soldiers is that they actually can grow grenades. And the only reason why I think that's cool because that means, well, kind of just shows that we're in the future and not in the past, like most Castlevania games. I don't know. I just think it's a cool touch. That's me, at least. So over here, we get the leather plate. It's a really good equipment item. We're gonna equip that, actually. Nice. We got another skeleton knight. Oh, actually, it's our first skeleton knight, actually. What am I saying? Build this, axe armor. What are we doing with the map? Okay, we're up here. You know, I'm not gonna actually explore up here. At least not yet. I mean, if you're actually playing I don't know if you're actually playing the game normally, I'd say do that, but I'm trying to remember where I left off on my other save file. On the fail take save file, because, well, I want to resume that one, where the main reason is because I got the zombie soul drop, and that is a really good soul to get early on. And I would recommend, if you want a pretty decent enhanced soul or enchanted soul, get that one, because it is really good. But for now, I'm probably not going to keep this file, unless I get something like an even rarer drop than that justifies it. But, nah. More skeletons. There's a bunch of skeletons in Dracula's castle. Well, I guess Dracula is like the Lord of Darkness in a sense. There's more zombies in here, so if you did not get the zombie soul, this is one place you can go get it again. We're getting another skeleton soul. Oh, that's kind of not a big fan. Kind of wish we get like more interesting souls. I'm surprised I only got so few that I've actually got. I was more lucky on my fail takes, sadly. Oh well. There we go. Tiny Devil, nice. Sadly, he did not drop the soul. Because his soul is really good. Oh, he dropped the mind up. Nice. Another soul that's actually pretty decent for this early on in the game is the Rock Armor soul. While the Rock Armor soul is actually pretty good, but I'm probably not going to talk about it until I actually get the goddamn thing. And we fell. That's not what I wanted to do. But it's okay. Because in here is a save point. And I think this is where we're going to stop the video. So until then, things are going to be a little bit different in the next video, so apologies for that. I had a little screw up. But until then, I'm Kevin, I'm a Zorwark Wizard, and I'll see you guys later for more Let's Play Castlevania Aria of Sorrow.